What's up YouTube, ODST General back again, and obviously it's been a while since we've done one of these videos proper, so I've got a lot of things to show you guys. Unfortunately, I don't want this to be a 40-minute long video, so we're going to try and rush through a lot of this stuff, just cover as much as we can in as short a period as we can. So anyways, starting off, we've got official news right away. We've got some refrigerators by Reverence. These are pretty neat. So yeah, these are probably just going to be some static items we see in the next update. Nothing too exciting about these that really stands out to me. A couple different colors, white and orange, and green and white. Maybe different sizes. I think they're all the same size though. Then they did some work on the Warthog. I'm not exactly sure who all worked on this project, but basically they've altered the Warthog's windows so it's a little bit easier to see through them, especially at night. So these few photos here kind of showing that off, seeing how they interact with the lights on the Warthog, which is what caused a lot of the issues, where you get big glare on the windscreen there. So yeah, those are much better at night now. Beyond that, we've got some new static Warthog wrecks that have been worked on. These include the transport hogs, the Innie variant, the variant without any machine guns. So we're getting some new Warthog wrecks at some point here. Maybe those will be in the next update. I've got word that the next update's coming pretty soon. I'll talk about that at the end of the video, though. Then we've got another concept here. This was something they decided to play around with. Somebody had said, oh, there's this Mega Block set with wrecked Warthog. It'd be kind of cool to see that in Optrace. So this is just a proof of concept with it, taking the wrecks they already had on hand, throwing it into a crater and using a actual gun, I guess. I'm not sure if that's an operational gun or not, or if it's just a Spartan propped on there to make it look like a static turret. Cool concept though, I'm all for it. Of course the Warthog would need to probably look a little bit more operational than that for it to work, but I'm all good with that. Then a lot of stuff has been going on Big Wilk's end. Primarily, he's been working on two projects. The first is a remake or a remastering, I guess you could say, of Blood Gulch. So he's redoing all the buildings on Blood Gulch, updating those, putting new assets in, all sorts of stuff like that. So we've got a whole bunch of different pictures of that he's been working on. So like I said, all these new bases and different things of that nature for Blood Gulch. On both bases here. He's also been working on the Drake-class Corvette, helping the dog get that configured and working properly, getting the script set up for the escape pods, the ODST pods, the cryopods, all that stuff. So he's been the one primarily heading that stuff. Just recently, they added sling points to the slip space drive, so the independent slip space drive that's not on the pre-built ship, you can actually now take like a Pelican or a helicopter and sling load it and carry that around that way. It still doesn't have the nuke option, but that will come. I'm not exactly sure how that will work, but you'll be able to detonate the slip space drive at some point in time, and it's going to be glorious. So yeah, that's all pretty exciting stuff as far as Big Wilk's projects go. There is one other thing he's working on, but I'm not exactly sure what's going on with that, so I'll talk about that in a little bit. But as we continue on here, we've got some concept art by Dr. Freeman, who I believe was previously LaRock. I'm not 100% positive. I have a hard time keeping track of everybody. Anyways, this is a concept being worked on for Operation Trebuchet. For the main mod line. This is the drone from Halo Wars 2, of course, the sniper drone that you see flying around. So this will be a military drone. You can see a concept of a backpack variant for it too, so when you pack it up, it actually looks like that, and it's something you can carry around as a backpack. So that's pretty exciting. I'm all for that drone. I mean, obviously from Opcan, if that comes out, Burgess was working on the camera drone from Halo 2's opening cutscene prior to Cairo Station. Which is something I've personally wanted for a while, but as far as what actually fits into the mod and what units are going to use, this thing is going to be a lot better, I think, in that sense. He's also worked on a couple other concepts. He's been working on a concept for the Halo Reach armor ability. So basically the various armor abilities would be a pickup on the ground that would have a holographic projection of what the ability actually is. So he's actually working on concept of that, saying that Reverence wants to make a model of this. So it's probably safe to assume that not in this patch, but whenever the next update comes out, we'll probably see armor abilities in some way, shape, or form. How this will work exactly, I don't know. And maybe it won't actually get completed, but this is something that they're working on trying to do right now, so they are actually obviously modeling this out. I don't have the screenshot, I lost track of it, but there's another screenshot where he's got a picture of the armor lock icon that he's working on too for this, so he did say it was more stylized for Armor 3 for a project. He didn't state what the project is. They haven't outright said they're making armor abilities, but given the fact that they're making the armor ability pack, that just kind of indicates armor abilities are probably coming at some point. We've got the BMR from Forky, so that's in-game, and I'm presuming working by this point. We've got some images of some reload animations for that guy, so those are pretty neat. We've got the in-game screenshots of a person holding it, so that's cool too. Skipping on ahead, we've also got a remake coming of the M6G. Now, this was recently remade and added into the mod, but because it was rushed, there were some issues with the model, so they're going back, they're redoing the model for that, improving some of the stuff, especially on the interior of the weapon. So some of the problems with that are going to be getting fixed up and everything. And then we kind of see all that coming together. Jedi Nick shared this image with the 3 new weapons that we'll be seeing in this next update, which is the BMR, of course, the remade SMG, and the sniper rifle, which I can't remember what the darn thing is called, the stanchion. The Halo Wars 2 version of the stanchion, that is. So we've got the 3 new weapons being held by a group of ODSTs. Nothing too notable in here besides that. There is a little table or something on the left side. I'm not sure if that's part of Contact because I never got that. I'm thinking that's a Contact asset, but it is very angular like a UNSC asset. So that could also be a new asset we haven't seen before over there, kind of sneaked in there, but I wouldn't really count on that. I'm thinking it's just from Contact. Going back to some mapping stuff, we got some work from Nightovizard, kind of outside the mod. This is work being done on Madrigal. The spaceport's being altered so that you can basically place down and have the Corvette fit perfectly in there, and that way you can just put the Corvette right on the ground, have it look natural, have it be functional, and be able to have like infantry and stuff offload from there, but still use it as a base. So then we kind of go outside of the mod, we go to First Contact here, and we've got some Covenant plasma charging stations, so the weapon charging stations that you see. Now, I'm not exactly sure how these will work. Obviously, the most logical thing would be to have them containers for the ammo for the plasma rifles and stuff like that, but I don't know if you'll actually be able to place weapons and have them visible on there, kind of like the lockers and stuff that you see for the UNSC. Sorry, guys. Voice got hoarse there for a second. Anyways, then we've got the Brutes from Morthon. And Morthon, obviously, we don't know what's going on with his Brutes, where they'll go, where they'll end up as far as being downloadable. But he's resumed some work on them, so he's got some animations and stuff he's been working on for them, walking, crouching, stuff like that. So I'm pretty excited to show that stuff off to you guys. I know I've got a ton of questions about the Brutes, everything like that, so I'm pretty excited to be able to finally show some of that off to you guys. It's been far too long. And that's really everything I have to talk about that I have to show off for the main mod. We do have a little bit of OpCan stuff, which I'll show off to you guys. I don't have time for every side mod, so we'll just include OpCan and glaze over it real quick. Basically, these are all just screenshots of the various different factions that are being added in. So the police, the Freedens, the Coastal Vics, the insurrectionist faction he's got going, the CGA or Colonial Guard or whatever they're going by currently. So we've got all those different assets, and then we've got a work in progress rocket launcher as well. So I'm very excited to show all that stuff off. Like I said, there is a bunch of other side mod stuff that's updated. I can't unfortunately cover all of it just because of time constraints. I'm already at like almost 10 minutes. So, like I said, I do have word that the mod's going to be updating soon. I did have somebody reach out to me just recently to ask if I knew what was going on with the mod's release or if I knew when it was coming up. And I was told that we're probably expecting it sometime between Christmas and New Year's. Now, of course, that's happened before, and I know that was kind of the plan from what I've heard from some of the other developers, kind of indicating that's what they were aiming for, but nothing concrete. So this kind of solidifies what we've already heard previously. Of course, that's been the case before where we've aimed for this time of year, and of course, with all the holidays and everything, it does make it kind of tricky to get these mods out and released during that period of time. So, just keep your eyes peeled because from what I'm hearing, we're going to see the op tray update, and then probably pretty short order after that first contact update will drop, if not at the same time. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.